Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome everybody here today as we swear in 6 of our 8 new police officers. All 8 officers are here today, but we can only swear in 6 of the officers. 2 of them have a little bit more training to do in the next couple weeks so they can become certified in the state of Michigan. They all are here today, and we'll introduce them in just a few minutes here. My name is Lieutenant Craig Bell. I'm the commander of the Patrol Division at the Saginaw Police Department. And again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming today as we welcome and congratulate our 8 new officers. So I am absolutely delighted that we have the opportunity to hire these 8 new officers. Everybody, I think, knows over the last few years we've been down quite a few officers for various reasons. This is definitely going to beef up our patrol division. We can do a lot more things with more officers. So in the end, it only betters the people of the city of Saginaw, and I am absolutely thrilled that each and every one of these officers could join us, and congratulations to them for completing the very lengthy process of getting certified in the state of Michigan, going through the police academy, and getting hired by the city of Saginaw. So again, I want to welcome everybody and congratulate them. Chief Bob Ruth is here today, standing to my right. Unfortunately, the chief he's kind of under the weather and he lost his voice. So I'm going to be kind of his mouthpiece today. So the chief is here. Also, I'd like to acknowledge the mayor of the city of Saginaw, Dennis Browning, is also with us to my right. And I think I just saw another very important dignitary come in, Mr. John McColgan, who is the prosecuting attorney for the Saginaw County. So thanks for coming, John. And if I miss anybody, Councilman Kloc just walked in. So and Councilman Tibbs. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate you being here. I'd also like to acknowledge a couple people that did a fantastic amount of work to make this happen. The director of the City of Saginaw's Human Resource Department, Dennis Jordan, and especially the assistant director, Beth Church, that just put a phenomenal amount of work into the hiring process. It's a very, very lengthy process from start to finish. To hire 1 or 2 people is kind of a task. Beth and her team hired 8 people in a very short amount of time with just an extraordinary amount of work. So I hats off to Beth. And at this time, I'd like to introduce the mayor of the city of Saginaw, Dennis Browning, and he'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, and I'm very honored to be here. This is a very unique experience for me to be here because what does a mayor know about police work? Well, a little bit. For you see that blue uniform you're wearing, I wore that same uniform for 32 years here in the city of Saginaw. When I was hired on to the Saginaw Police Department, I was sworn in as a patrolman. I was number 214 on our list. 214. Our first year as a patrolman, we had 42 homicides. But we had almost 100,000 people. Since then, the city has went through a great reduction, and we're down to 51,000 people. And as a result of that, our public safety has also been downsized. And as a result of that, we're requiring you to do more with less, as almost every department that we have. But I'm very honored to be able to greet you here today and talk to you just a little bit, because this is my one chance. And once you give the mayor a microphone, yeah, he's got it, and but I'll try to keep this short. Number 1 goal: you need to go home at the end of the day. That is your number 1 goal. You need to go home at the end of the day, and you work on that, and don't ever get laxed in doing that. You need to go home at the end of the day. I was in my 25th year. Working in the schools when I volunteered to do an eviction notice, which should have been done by the county, by the way, because they do all the evictions, but they asked for our help. 25-year veteran. Working in the schools, but I didn't have a class till 9 o'clock, so I can go out and help them at 8 o'clock. And that changed my life. That changed my life. Because I was wounded, one of 3 officers during a 3-day standoff. So never, never let your guard down. Never. Number 2 priority is your family. Now, I didn't say police department. I said your family. That's your second priority. Because if you're successful in your family, you'll be successful as a police officer. You need to have that. And you need the support of your family. And family, you're here to support them. And there's going to be days when they come home and they're not talking. They're not talking. They're not sharing. Be patient. Give them that opportunity and support them. It's very, very critical that they have that support down there. Saginaw is a unique place, a unique city. Now, I didn't check to see if you're living in the city or not. Back when I was hired, that was mandatory by state law. We had to live in the city. But I want you involved in the city. Not just working. Not just when you get paid. But I want you to know your neighborhoods. I want you to attend a neighborhood association meeting. You need to have contact with our community other than just when they call you and you go to an event or you go to a crime scene. You need to be involved in your community. Be a part of that. You'll be tremendously successful if you do that. Be a part of that. Let these people know that you care about this city, whether you're on duty or you're off duty. Be a part of that. And when you're a part of that, it will pay back dividends tremendously to you because they know you, not just because of your uniform, but they know what kind of person you are. And you know them. You'll start to meet all these community leaders. They will have trust in you, but you got to build that trust every day. You got to build that trust. So congratulations. We're very proud of our city's blue uniforms. I do catch flack from the fire department, but that's okay. But please, my congratulations to you. Saginaw is a unique and very special community. And I still live here. I will always live here. I'll always be a part of this community. You're now a part of that community. Make the best of it. You're going to be a good officer. I want you to be a very special officer that really gets to know the people in our community. Thank you very much and congratulations.
There are a few people that walked in that I already introduced. If Mr. McColgan, the Saginaw County Prosecutor, it's up to him if he'd like to say a few words.
Just a few. Oh, not at all, Mary. Enjoyed it all. I just say welcome and congratulations. You're joining the best group of people that I know. I have the utmost respect and admiration for the law enforcement group here in Saginaw County and across the country. It's the best part of my job, being able to work with you guys. And be safe, be careful, be respectful, and I'm definitely looking forward to working with you. Congratulations.
Tibbs is also with us today, and he's one of the councilmen for the city of Saginaw. And if he'd like to say a couple words.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome the family and dignitaries here as well. As a prosecutor, assistant prosecutor, my boss is right there behind you, and I'd just like to echo what he's saying as far as we have the utmost respect for our officers, And as a council person and as a prosecutor, I have a unique relationship with you guys. But I have the utmost respect for you. And I just also like to echo what the mayor has said, is that I believe for you to get home and be safe and do an effective job, you should attend some of our neighborhood associations and understand what your neighborhoods are about. I think you'll be more able to recognize who's a threat and who isn't a threat. And they are very useful tools. I mean, they are very useful. They'll let you know where the hotspots are and the dangers are. But again, welcome to the city, and I look forward to working with you.
And last but not least, another one of our city councilmen, Floyd Kloc, if Mr. Kloc wants to say a couple words.
Good morning to everyone, to the families, to the new officers. This is an honor to have a chance to say a few words to our new officers. We're looking forward to having you work for us. Everything the mayor has said is true. Your family is important, number one. Your safety is extremely important. Your involvement in the community is extremely important. Without that, as Mr. Tibbs said, you won't know your community enough to be the best officer possible. I'm going to go one step further, even get involved further, become involved with a community organization, not just the neighborhood associations. They're huge, and your involvement in those associations is huge. But become part of your community in other ways, because if you do, you will have that added dimension of knowledge of other groups in the city. And not just the city, even the county. The whole idea of civic involvement is very important for all our citizens, but it's particularly important for those officers who serve the citizens. So if you can do that, you will add an additional dimension to your service as a police officer to the city of Saginaw. It is an honor to have the chance to say congratulations for you to be sworn in today. We're very proud to have you join our force. This is one of the finest police forces in the world, and we're very proud of it. As a councilman, I'm very proud of it. I actually do have, the mayor mentioned, I have in the past I'm an attorney, and I do criminal defense work sometimes. I haven't done it a lot lately, but I do, so I understand both sides. I've also been in the city attorney's office for a number of years, quite a while back. I don't want to say how far, but I've been on both sides. So I do understand the importance of what you do, how you do it, and it is an honor, as I said, to welcome you. So thank you for your willingness to join this force, and good luck. Be safe. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce the officers, and as I call your names, could you please come forward? Stand right here. First will be Officer Ryan Baxter. Standing next to him will be Officer Tyler Cece. Next is Officer Jeffrey Dowd. The next officer will be Officer Anthony Accardo. Next is Officer Jeffrey Randall. The next officer will be Officer Julian Guevara. Actually, I kind of goofed that up and I missed Officer Stephen Albrecht. I told you 8 was a lot. And last but not least, excuse me, Officer Megan Guizdala. At this time, I'd like to call up the City of Saginaw Clerk, Janet Santos. Janet will be administering the official oath of office and swearing in 6 of the 8 officers. At this time, we'd like to have some of the family members of the 6 officers come up and pin their badge on their uniform. As I call their name, I'll ask them to come up and stand in front of the officer. When we all get up here, we'll pin the badge on the uniform. First, for Officer Baxter, will be his son, Zayden. Next, for Officer Cece, is his girlfriend, Tanya. For Officer Dowd, will be his wife, Alina. And next, for Officer Accardo, will be his sons, Aiden and Andrew. For Officer Randall is his wife, Shelley. And last but not least, for Officer Albrecht, will be his sons, Gabriel and Benjamin. At this time, if you want to hand them your badge, and they can pin it on your uniform. Okay, thank you very much for coming up. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the newest members of the Saginaw Police Department. That pretty much concludes the ceremony this morning. I'd just like to reiterate a couple things that Mayor Browning said and the other councilmen. Our number one priority at the Saginaw Police Department is to make sure each and every one of our officers makes it home safe at the end of each shift. They'll be going through an extensive field training officer program, which starts in a couple weeks. It's about 4 months long, working with some very fine and very experienced field training officers. They're going to get a lot of training. I told them the other day they might as well go home right now and apologize to their girlfriends and their spouses. It's a lot to bite off. It's a lot of training. We want to make sure that they're prepared when they go out on the road, that they know as much as we can teach them in 4 months. We're not just going to throw them out to the wolves. They will be prepared. They'll be trained. But I just want to, again, mention that fact. That is our number one priority. Another thing that different people have said this morning, your involvement in the community is absolutely, that is the key to the whole thing. For years and years, we've practiced the community policing philosophy, which you'll get some training on that. There are numerous community organizations throughout the city, many neighborhood watch groups, neighborhood associations. Hopefully in the next 4 months during your training, you'll be able to meet with some of those people. But I guess that pretty much wraps it up. Again, congratulations, and I'll be seeing you here pretty shortly, but congratulations again, and thank you very much.